Why would you bring this man in my life if you wasn't even finna? So like, I'm gonna cut him off. And if you don't want me to cut him off, then like, you need to show me a sign right now. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of the Kyrie Rashid Show, and I'm so glad that y'all decided to come back for more. So what's up? What's up is that I'm just finna be hopping on here just chatting like I always do. Okay. Today was a long day for Elmo. Started it today at 5:30 a.m., went to the gym, and then, handled that home business, and then coached from 4 to 8, and then played in a b-ball game. That was like, we'll say like 30-ish minutes. We won, got my cheese. I was on my Nafisa Collier shit, if you will, type shit. And now it's nighttime, but this is the quietest, so hopefully we don't hear any meows or anything crazy going on. I believe that the Lord provided this space for me to talk without any interruptions. That's really the hard part about this. What else is up? If it's up, then it's up.
Lean.
And it's up. Yeah, it's really up. I don't know if I said this, but like last week I had like 7 clients. Amen to that. Shout out to the Lord. Because that's the first time, I've been searching for little clients all summer, but this is the first time I'm like, I'm swinging for the fences. And at first I struck out, but now we on the bases, baby. We on the bases. I might even hit a home run last week. What else is up? We lost. No, tonight we won. But me and my kids, chosen hoops, we lost. That's all right. Last night took an L, but tonight we bounced back. So yeah, it's really up, and I'm gonna be tired tomorrow. I know it, but God's to see it through, my boy. And what I just tell myself, and when I'm talking to the Lord, I say, it's gonna pay off. He said so. What else is up? Honestly, y'all might have to start calling me a little businesswoman real soon. You feel me? I'm in the beginning stages, but that might be added to my repertoire. Okay. But what's really up, what we finna talk about, it's really just me like doing a story time chatting because I mentioned it last episode. Also, my fault for the delay on the other episode. I be having technical difficulties, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. I be having technical difficulties. Y'all don't know about that. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just out here trying to get it how I live anyway. So yeah, we just gonna be chatting. I mentioned it last episode about one of my stories with the dudes, but this is a really significant story. It touched the heart, as Amanda Seales would say. Not the heart, but the heart. Okay, so I feel like I'm just gonna tell it. Also, I was put on to Love is Blind. Granted, I didn't watch it through and through. I just made my friend tell me everything that was going on. And then I watch episodes sporadically. But I just got to Ramses and Marissa, and this kind of helped, where he basically was like, it's not you, it's me. But like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? The day before, because like you knew. Like you knew. So it's giving same energy. That's the story time. We're gonna get into it. Also, what else is up? I don't know if you see this. I cut my finger, and it's like a deep cut. It's like healing the white meat. Like it's literally going back into its stages of like healing. Like it's the deepest cut I've ever had in my life, y'all. But I'm a thug, and when it happened, I was just like, ow. And then I looked, I said, oh, that's actually kind of serious. Should probably take care of that. So it's been like, has it been a week? No. It's been since, damn. What day? I think I did it on Friday. So it hasn't even been a week yet, but it's healing well. It's healing well. Anyways, doing all that rambling shit. But basically, I'm gonna just take you through, right? We're gonna call this relationship somewhat of a situationship, right? Because technically, there was no real commitments being made. There were no real things being established. There were real connections being made that made this really a tough cookie, that really made it touch the heart. Okay, so we're gonna set the scene. And I feel like I haven't told the whole story of this this specific person. I told actually y'all, because let's keep it a bean. This mother effer, like I said, touched the heart. Only few have touched the heart. Okay? And I think I touched on it like way back about like I was praying to the Lord and I was like, Lord, let me just cut him off. And the Lord kept doing stuff where it was like, hello, like you want me to still engage with you? Like, come on, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and it's like a situationship. Not like situationship, the stereotypical one where y'all hanging and banging. Not too much on me. We're not doing that. Not that tight, but just hear me out. So basically, I was overseas and I was introduced to him. And basically we got acquainted because we started chatting. We just yapped each other's ears off for 3 months straight. Now, let's talk about that. If I'm overseas and I'm yapping with somebody 3 months straight, my overseers know. You create bonds and connections. You're over there solo dolo mission. You're away from all your folks. And you're telling me I'm gonna establish a connection. I'm gonna talk to you every day for 3 months straight. Come on, man. Come on. Like, come on, y'all. And it's a new connection. It's a new fun vibe. You know, you could get lonely overseas. It's like, what the fuck? So as I'm engaging with dude, it's like, it's giving too good to be true. And I said that at a point. I'm like, He like, what? I'm like, it's not, it's feeling, I just gotta meet you because something's up. I don't know what's up, but something is up. I don't know, because right now everything's giving, but I am suspicious, okay? I'm suspicious. And he basically was like, nah, you think it's too good to be true? Like, nah, this the real deal. This the real type shit. I'm like, okay, we will see. We shall see. And it was Saul. It was Saul. But, okay, I cracked myself up. But, yeah, so it was like 3 months straight. And we was really creating a bond. Now, let me tell you, I am the keep my feelings close to the heart, okay? Yes, I can admit on this camera that there were feelings being established. Was I saying that to the person? Absolutely not. Because you know why? Men don't deserve anything from me. You know what I'm saying? Guilty until proven innocent. You feel me? So, and I'm learning more stuff about like men and like the way they think, and I've been seeing it more where it's just like he was starting to express like literally verbatim and through actions the feelings for me, and I would just keep them close and not really say too much or always make a joke. You know me, I'm always gonna make a joke. So yeah, I would just make a joke about stuff. He would talk about my appearance. We would talk about each other's types. We talked about everything under the sun, y'all. We talked about marriage. We talked about sex. We talked about, I don't know, our childhoods. I think I got to know more about his than him mine. You know, I keep it very vague initially until you make it past a certain level and you can be trusted. So clearly he didn't make it past that certain level. But it's like we're just yapping day to day, every day. I was sending him videos of me doing push-ups and shit like, come on, man. Come on. Like, lock in. Like, come on, man. So it was just like, you have to understand why the feelings were being established on my side, the predicament that was happening. So yes, it was giving, what's that show, Catfish, but not a full catfish, because I seen his face. We FaceTimed, we talked on the phone, we sent videos back and forth. So I knew bro was real. I knew bro was real. So not too much, but it was just like that vibe. We just had never met. We had never met, okay? And then, and then as I was overseas, there was very consistent behavior happening. So we had been talking so much that I knew at this time of the day in Ireland was this time of the day for him. And I would always receive a message around this time in the day and around this time and this and that, and yada, yada, yada. It was just like clockwork. That's how things went. Till all of a sudden a change in behavior happened. Okay. So this was the first change in behavior where all of a sudden, I like to describe it as going MIA. No call, no show. New hoe. just kidding. No call, no show. So I'm like, oh, not too much, because that is not your man. That is not your man. Okay, that's not your man. You don't need to be trying to press or anything. So that's where I was keeping it cute. I was keeping it cute, y'all, real cute. But I was over there like, what's going on? Because you ain't never did this before, and what's going on? That's what my head was doing. That's what I was doing. That's what I was telling my friend. That's what I told my godmom, but not to him. Okay. And then maybe a week goes by, and I go, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and check in, because no call, no show for a whole week. You're fired. You know what I'm saying? You should be fired. So I think I like check in, so I'm basically like, hey, you good? Like, what's up? Cause mind you, we've been at it. Many messages a day. We're texting as well. We're sending videos. We're engaging on social media. We're engaging in all forms. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what's going on? This is the first change. Comes back, I'm good. I just had a lot of stuff to do. I had to lock in, and sometimes my bad, I be doing that when I gotta lock in. I just basically damn near saying he goes 0 dark 30 and don't say shit. And I go, okay, cool, because once again, that is not your man. I said, okay, cool. Just checking in, making sure you're good. I just didn't know what was up. Cool, kept it pushing. Then we get back to regular schedule programming, the same routine. Mind you, I'm still overseas. Okay. Also, as we continue to build, more and more from his side is coming out about how he really rocked with my vibe and how I'm such a cool person and I'm attractive, and he'd probably visit me if I went a certain place, and we really need to link and meet each other. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. Keeping it cute. I'm not like jumping like, oh yeah, like I fuck with you too type shit. Behind closed doors, I'm like, y'all, this too much. I can't do it. Behind closed doors, I was telling my godmoms and my friend and Nina, I was like, y'all, this man too fine and I'm too distracted. And that's how I was feeling in the beginning. Before I could get that out of my head, I was like, y'all, I open these videos, I thank the Lord. I say, Lord, you done sent me a fine man. You done sent me a fine man, Lord, but I'm distracted, okay? And I can admit that. He too fine, I can't focus, okay? And that's how I felt initially. But did he know that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because what? I'm not giving no man no compliment. And, hands up, maybe one day. But as of right now, no. My godmom loves to try to help me give compliments, but it really just makes me feel some type of way. It makes me feel like, no, because you take an inch, they run a mile. You give an inch, they run a mile.
Drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile.
Okay. They do too much. Every time you give a little bit, you show a little bit, they do too much. So I just don't. Now, obviously, I feel like I'm showing my like and stuff through my actions more so than my words. versus him, I believe he started to show his words and stuff. Then we had even gotten to arguments too, y'all. Like a little bit of arguments, a little bit of discourse where it's like, no, you doing too much, and why you trying to do type shit. Like even one point, I felt like, in communication, I felt like he was always on the defense, and I'm like, hey man, I'm not your enemy. I'm not trying to fight you. So I just gonna go ahead and let you know I'm very sensitive to tone, and your tone is telling me that you're just like ready to be combative, and I'm not trying to do that with you. I'm just talking to you, so just go ahead and talk to me. And he acknowledged that, so I said, oh, okay. Cool. So yeah, we just did a lot of things. And then he had went away again. Now this time, I want to say he went away like 2 or 3 times. One was very short, and he had been like taking a trip somewhere and like didn't talk or communicate. And then all of a sudden sent me a video that he was on a trip. And that was like it. And then I had been busy winning championships overseas, and bro was nowhere to be found. So I also had an issue with that. So it had been, bro just dropped off the face of the earth. No rhyme or reason, no call, no show, no nothing. So I'm tweaked out, right? I'm tweaked out. But once again, that's not your man. So there's always a balance in my head of communicating how I feel versus like not too much. You know what I'm saying? Don't do too much, because that's not your man at the end of the day. At the end of the day, that's not your man. But also we've established a relationship. So I'm like, okay, you can go ahead and communicate. And I think at one point I was concussed or something too. And I was tweaked out overseas. And bro just didn't check in. Bro just was on his own tip or something. So I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit pressed right now because we've basically created this relationship and you ain't checked in on your girl in a week again. Like we already talked about this no call, no show stuff, and you doing it again. So like, what the fuck is up, cuz? What's up? And then bro came back at me, basically saying, I've been going through shit, I'm going through all this stuff. He going through stuff. He got a lot of shit going on, whatever, cool. So then I'm like, okay, so basically this is like another this is like a beginner's breakup of this little situation. And I'm like, okay, so like what the fuck? So then we stopped talking. We stopped talking after that, and I think I like cried about it, prayed to the Lord, and I was like, Lord, I'll cut him off right now. You better just tell me for real, because why would you bring this man in my life? I was in bed like this, y'all. I was in bed like this. Why would you bring this man in my life if you wasn't even finna? So like, I'm finna cut him off. And if you don't want me to cut him off, then like, you need to show me a sign right now, because I'm finna cut him off and he's like finna have no access because I'm not doing this. I swear God, I'm not doing this. So like, you need to let me know, because why did a message come through immediately? Like, Lord, you trying to tweak out right now. What you doing? Okay. Get a message right away. Still in my whole season, or my first season overseas without him, even though I had a chunk with him, a very large chunk. It was also like a new year. So it was like literally January 1st all the way to March. And then I left in February, March, April, and then I left in April. So he basically just like dropped me like a bad habit in April. Then fast forward. Once again, I'm like, oh, that's not your man. That's not your man. So like, yes, you can feel some type of way about it, but like, okay. And then I kept praying to the Lord. I'm like, do I need to cut him off? And the Lord just kept doing stuff, not letting me really cut him off for real. So then after that, it became a lot of back and forth, a little bit of talk here, a little bit of talk there, a little bit of flirt here, a little bit of flirt there. That's the other thing. He started flirting first, and probably more than I was. Like, just on little cute stuff here and there. But I would never do that. Because once again, okay, we can fill in the blank at this point. So yeah, so it was a little bit off and on, a little bit hit you up here, a little bit hit you up there. I was keeping it cute still because I felt like the Lord was telling me to keep the man in my life still, regardless of what was going on. Okay. I don't know what way, shape, or fashion. So I would still say happy birthday. I would still check in here and there. Just keep it real, whatever. If I was praying for him, let him know I was praying for him. That type of energy. Hoping that you do well, wishing well, that, very cutesy. Okay. That's the energy I was giving. So yeah, after all that rah-rah stuff, he still was like on his hiatuses. Like, the reason why we stopped talking all is because of him, not me. It's all because of him. Okay. All his stuff he had going on, he just always busy, had to get to the grind, had to go 0 dark 30 all the time. For me, I kind of understand to a certain aspect, so I'm trying to have grace, but also at the same time, because you're not gonna go multiple weeks and stuff not saying nothing to me over and over again. I can't handle that. So, and once again, that's not your man. So, do you need to be dealing with that and doing all that? No, because that's not your man. Like, that's not your man. But in my heart of hearts, it was like the Lord had sent him, and he had been the best thing that I've seen thus far. The best connection, the most mature in certain manners, and all this stuff, right? So it was like, okay. And then I was just letting it rock because the Lord kept tweaking dude in there. So then, fast forward again, on and off, talking, whatever, I go back overseas. And then there's still on and off, we're following each other on Instagram, all this stuff. And I say, Lord, so you're going to have to go ahead and I think I made a video of this. You're going to have to go ahead and, do you know you have 30 minutes? You have 30 to let me know by this time, this date, this hour, what the fuck finna happen. And I made a video about this, I believe. And I said, so by this date, by this time, if this bro don't figure it out, don't say nothing to me ever, whatever, I don't know, doesn't reach out, communicate, then he's cooked for good. And then y'all, boom. All of a sudden I get boom, boom, boom. Phone's blown up by him, telling me how he finna be on my side of the world and all this stuff and doing the little check-in and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, God, so you still don't want me to get this man cut up. You still don't want me to get him cut up. And I'm like, what's it giving? Like, I'm not understanding. So, do that. He comes back in. He communicates. He does a little talk here and there. And then that's it. That's that. Leave it be again. Then I think I go home. I was in Mexico. And then what happened? I was in Mexico and I was going to be in his part of town. Because I had some business out there, with my fam. And he only knew this, not because of me. Mind you, he texted me checking in about Mexico. Mind you, I never talked to him about Mexico. So clearly, my family was talking to him about me because I wasn't. Okay? So he's checking in, asking me about Mexico, or talking about, I hear you in Mexico, da da da. And then found out I was going to be in his part of the town and said, oh, hey, so like, I heard you coming to so-and-so? I can't tell you the location. If you know, you know, because I feel like majority of us know. They said, oh, you finna be in my town. You finna be my town and then go do some bullshit. Oh, what you finna be there for?
You know why I'm here. You know why I'm here.
Boy, you know what I'm finna be there for. Now, not too much. And then he's like, oh, I'm finna make it happen. It's gonna be good for us to meet for the first time. Because mind you, we haven't met. All this back and forth for all this stuff. And we going on like 2 years, bro. Going on like 2 years of this whole fucking back and forth for no reason. And it's gonna be our first time meeting. Mind you, another reason why we stopped talking is because he called me a video girl, said I wasn't even real, and he can't do long distance and all that. Mind you, I never said anything about jumping into no relationship or nothing. But this is how you know what they thinking, because if those words ever come out of my mouth, no. Anyways, yeah, so he can't do all this, and he know how he is, and he just fucking me too much. Oh, that's good. It hurt his heart. Okay. We supposed to be cool, though. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be cool. We're not even on that level. You feel me? We haven't met yet. So, I'm going to beat him as far as town. He reaches out. He do all that. Say, yeah, it's going to be finally good to meet. I keep it cute again, because I'm like, yeah, it's going to be good to meet. It's going to be fine. And up until this point, I felt like the Lord was like, you got to let shit rock, Kai. Just let it rock. So then I said, I had to pray to God, because I was nervous. I was nervous going to go ahead and meet that boy. I was nervous, because I'm like, oh my God, y'all, how I'm finna act? Do I need to act like I'm finna on site? On site? Or am I like, hey? Or like what? Like, what's up? How you feeling? How you living? Type shit. Yeah, so then I realized they just say you just gotta be you. It's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. You do you, boo-boo. You do you. And it's all gonna work out. And I had to just pray about it because I was nervous, y'all. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna meet little fine shit. For the first time. It ain't nothing like the first time. Anyways, yeah. So I was a little bit tweaked out, but then I was like, okay, it's gonna be good. You just be you, and the rest gonna fall in place. And that's exactly what I did. Stood 10 toes on me, because I got the Lord on my back, and everything was gonna be fine. So, and it was. Meet, greet. I'm that guy for real. And also, that's why I tried to tell him before we met. I'm really like that for real. I try to tell these people I'm like that. They don't believe me. We get in person. Basically, the scenery set up. I'm riding around in his little car all day. We having our little conversation. But you know me. I'm thinking all the time, when is it going to be the best time to address the elephant in my head? In our room. I'm a bitch. Kai go, what's up, Kai? We ain't talked in a minute. And I almost said, boy. And what's the reason we ain't talked for a minute? You want to start right now or later? You know what I'm saying? You want to start now or later? So I didn't start. And I go, I know. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play. But I kept it cute all day. Kept it banter. I'm a funny gal. Like I said, I'm like that. Even at one point, he's like, oh, so like you really meant it when you was like you got this energy all the time. And I said, you know what I'm saying? Did I lie? Did I fucking lie? No. But you know me, I'm sitting there taking it like, yeah, I tried to tell you. They don't believe me. Come get a part of this present so you gonna feel it, right? So I already know. Bro's tweaked out in his head. In a good way. He's tweaked out in a good way. Yeah, what a time to be alive. So I didn't address no stuff. I kept it cute. We was all vibing. But when the night when that night came and we finally all got back to the crib, it was time to lock in. So when it was lock-in time, I locked in, and I had to be a big girl, and I had to express my feelings. I had to express how hurt I was about things that transpired. I think I might even threw in there that I liked him. Gross. But like, I was a big girl and I communicated how I felt, okay? Through anger, through upsetness. And he tried to tell me that he didn't know. Which is fair because I said I do a better job than I think of hiding my emotions, because sometimes I feel like I need to hide it more. But apparently he didn't understand how I feel. I basically told him, you left me on an island. You left me like on Titanic when there was room on that fucking iceberg. You know there was room. For real. So yeah, that's what I had to say. I communicated, and it just seemed magical, right? I think I said in the other thing, it seemed like a movie. Then fireworks happen, and it seems like we're about to hit it off. This is gonna be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. And now looking up. My fault. Yeah, that's how I felt. We had conversations. He acknowledged his wrongdoings. He apologized. But he also tried to do some like little slick, fine shit stuff where he was trying to like swoon me. And made it seem like we were gonna just take off. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seemed like. And that's why it pissed me off to this day, because I'm in bro's face and I'm like, the math isn't mathing. We're gonna insert the math thing meme. It's not mathing, because 1 minute you said you can't do long distance, this isn't gonna work, da da da. But now you meet me, you see the energy, you see I'm like that, like I told you, like I'm not playing, I'm dead serious. And now you're switching positions, and now you want to, and now we're gonna make this work, and now we're gonna figure it out, but you want to see me again, yada yada yada. And I'm like, are you sure? Because it wasn't giving what it needed to give. And and I'm tweaked out. Very resistant, tweaked out. Okay? Very resistant. He's trying to make me less resistant, because I'm like, that's how I'm like, okay? And then I give in and I say, all right, this will be the start of something new. And that's how I felt. And I said, okay, God, let's go. Because I just did some big girl stuff and decided to share my feelings. And it worked out this time. Okay. Or so we thought. Okay? Soon as the time for me to leave, I left. He was a little bit upset because we didn't have like one last, interaction before I had to leave. But I was already like, okay, we talked about planning, I got more flexibility. I'm willing to, come to your stuff again, come to your city. And yeah, it didn't do what it needed to do. So we had a little talk. It went back to regular schedule programming. When I say back to regular schedule programming, I mean back on that bullshit, back on barely little to no communication. At first it started cool, and then there was nothing. Now, I'm a busy girl too. I'm not expecting you to text me all day. We probably shouldn't even be doing that. You should probably have things to do. But I should probably hear from you every day, and then we just established that we finna move towards like a relationship. Okay, so, but again, that's not your man. That's not your man. Okay? That's not your man. And shoot. So I got back to the crib, and things went back to how they were. Sporadic, and then also non-communicative. And we were talking, and he was talking about some, I can't date, and people these days, they not focused, they don't got God in their lives, and people just worry about the wrong stuff. This is why I gotta be focused on myself. I said, hold on, boss. And I kept it cute for a whole time. I let him go on the spiel, but I'm like, hold on, bro. The math isn't mathing again. I was just in your face, you said one thing, and now you're saying a whole nother thing. Why are we worried about they? Okay, why are we worried about they when you and I are right here? I'm confused. I'm really confused. And he just kept going on about they. So then I said some slick shit like, hey man, listen, he said some slick shit like, oh, if God, the right thing come my way, I'm gonna be ready. Don't piss me off. So I said, okay, God put me in your face, now what? Fuck, now what? This man goes mute for a whole week. The patience I have is immaculate, okay? To wait for a whole week and not tweak out. Shout out to God for that one. And yeah, then on that weekday, I came and I had to break up with him because once again, that's not your man. That is not your man. I had to break up with him, and you know, it hurt the heart. I shed tears again, and I basically said, hey man, I can't handle the inconsistencies of you, and I can't believe in you more than you believe in yourself. So go ahead and take care. And I hope one day you see yourself the way I see you. But also, thanks for seeing me the way I see myself. Peace out. And that was that. Haven't heard from him since. Actually, well, there was some liking and viewing of stories on Instagram and all that stuff, and it tweaked me out. So I had to remove follower and remove following. So that's what happened. So now what? I'm still tweaked out about dude. I'm still tweaked out. He the only one who got me tweaked out. But that's the problem. Because when I don't allow many in the heart. I allowed him in my heart. Okay? And he just, that one got me tweaked out. Got me tweaked out. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. If I'm honest, I'm honest. I also don't know what I would do if I seen bro again. Like, is it beef on sight? Like, if we beefing at that wedding, we beefing at that wedding. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But I know I have beef. And in my brain, I'm like, I just want to... Every time I be thinking about the stuff. And about this whole 2 years of what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Of what the fuck. But also, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Okay? Why would you do that? That's really just... hands up. And, you know, I have a general understanding. You know, I think of things from everyone's perspectives. And I think about the psychological part. What's going on in the brain. The past experiences, the trauma and all that stuff. But at the same time, I'm still pissed about it. Two things can be true at once, sweetie. Yes. So right now, bro's cooked. Bro's cooked because we went through all these trials. The Lord said, keep him around, keep him around. But right now, the Lord ain't saying that. The Lord ain't said it. And I didn't pray about dude still because I trying to be a godly woman. So when I be mad at people, not just him, just at people, I try to pray about it these days. Okay, these days. Yeah, so I'm still pissed because bro got a hold on me. And I don't know how I'm gonna be able to release that hold just yet. But one day I'll look back and say, girl, you tripping. Yeah, but he's cooked. And if he ever, which I don't really foresee it, but if he ever, he's gonna have to do his big one.
Big one up there.
And his one too. Okay? You're gonna have to old school R&B, Sing in the Rain. Okay? You're gonna have to perform like Best Man Holiday, Can You Stand the Rain? And I'm not playing. So I have a question. Does anybody got you tweaked out? Let me know. Because then you feel me, you understand. Has anybody ever had you tweaked out? And don't lie. Don't cap. And the ones that you got tweaked out, did you think that was the one? Because I thought bro was the one. And maybe I'm tweaked out for even thinking that. But I thought bro was the one. So did you think that was the one? Because I know they had you tweaked out too. Don't play with me. And then my last question is, should I fight him on sight? Should I pull up, hop out, make it look sexy type shit when I see him? When I see you, you're always on my mind. When I see you, it's on sight. When I see you, when I see you, let me know. Let me know. But y'all turned me up. You really got me through this episode. That story time was really good. This is probably really long. But once again, I need to go to bed. This has been another episode of the Kairika Rashid Show. Thank y'all. I'm really blessed that y'all decided to come back for more. Get at me and go to bed.